What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Before we go any further, you should watch my previous video on the channel, the most recent video prior to this one, because that video is going to provide a much more vivid clarity for the context surrounding this situation, his signature Litecoin versus his free-to-play Litecoin. My last video, basically, I explained how strong a free-to-play, completely free-to-play Jing Yuan is with free-to-play gear on only at level 80 with decently mid-max gear. So in this video, I'm going to show you what the damage difference is when using his free-to-play Litecoin versus his signature Litecoin with the same exact scenario. And I'm not going over all the details as meticulously as I did in the previous video, because that's just talking about the same damn content. Just go back and watch my previous video. You'll understand this much more vividly, because again, I'm not going to go over all the details. I'm just going to show you the damage differences with his signature Litecoin and his free-to-play Litecoin. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so his base attack with the free-to-play Litecoin, 1174. If you throw in the signature Litecoin, dang, I did that so fast, I didn't even see it. If you throw in the signature Litecoin, it goes up to 1280. All right, next thing we're gonna go over is damage percentages. This is the free-to-play damage percentages, right? It gives you a 24% damage bonus at R5, his free-to-play Litecoin. At R1, it also gives you an additional 24% attack boost once you kill 3 enemies. And that is important because you have to kill 3 enemies in order to get that extra 24%. You get 8% per enemy you kill, and it's permanent. Now, for the signature Litecoin, he gets a whopping 48% damage bonus to his follow-up attack. So that's 161.8% or 2.618. Furthermore, he gets another 18% damage bonus to his ult and skill. But he loses 24% attack boost. All right, keeping up with me there. We're moving through this pretty fast. That's exactly why I said just go back and watch the other video if this is your first time watching my content, because I explain things with much more detail. And this one is just like a part 2 follow-up comparing Litecoin to Litecoin type of ordeal. Now, going to flat attack and crit rate, it's going to be the same exact crit rate for each Litecoin, because neither one of them have built-in crit rate. So yeah, that's going to be the same. The only thing that's going to change is the crit damage, because his signature Litecoin gets an additional 36% crit damage for free 99. No questions asked. You just get a 36% crit damage bonus with no conditions. Now moving on to total attack. Total attack for his free-to-play Litecoin is going to be 3,859. But if you haven't killed any enemies, it's only going to be 3,578. Now I'll let you know right now, all the math you're going to see for the damage bonus comparison is going to be with the consideration that you already killed 3 enemies. All right, so if we do this, you lose a little bit of damage. Not a lot, but it definitely is noticeable. Now with his signature weapon, we're looking at 3,815 attack. Now that's interesting, because that 24% attack boost that you get when you kill 3 enemies makes this weapon have a higher base attack than his signature. However, if you don't kill him, then it's like 300 less raw attack. Okay, finally, let's get into the juicy part, boys. Jing Yuan stand damage with the free-to-play weapon with just Ting Yuan and Jing only is going to be right here, 7,000 on the crit strike. We've already gone over this, right? Now, what about his signature weapon? Signature weapon with just him and Ting Yuan to a target enemy who is weak to lightning and his shield is down. Okay, that's pretty important. You're looking at 9,261 on a crit strike, 59.5 with 7 counts of the lightning stand. With 10 counts of the lightning stand, 85.1k. This is the difference, 68.7 versus 85.1, almost a 20k difference, which is pretty huge. And this is just with Jing Yuan and Ting Yuan. If you throw in somebody like Asta, this will probably go up to 95,000. You throw in somebody like a secret fox lady that's right around the corner, it'll go up to 105,000 probably. Well, I think I already did that math actually. We're going to see that in this video. Now let's go on to the burst. If you pop his ult, free to play, that's the damage. Signature Litecoin, we're looking at 28k and 48.6k. Again, going back and forth, we're looking at 22.8, 40.6 for free to play. But with the signature Litecoin, goes up honestly, it ain't that big of a difference, but that's because his ult, man, it's just, let's face it, we all know where his damage lies. It's the lightning count. But yeah, it's still pretty solid. I just don't think that's a big damage difference, considering that that's a very expensive Litecoin. Now moving on to the final scenario, if we throw in the secret fox lady, what is his damage difference going to be? Free to play versus signature, right? That's free to play. That's signature. Signature, we're looking at 141,000 damage, 98.7k on a 7, and on a 10 count, it's pretty massive. Now we go to the free to play, 81 to 116, and that's this right here, guys. Okay. I wasn't hovering over this. Y'all are probably like, what is he looking at? This is the damage down here, the final damage after everything. This is a crit strike, non-crit, average damage. And when you go over to the signature, this is what we're looking at. So is it a massive damage difference? I wouldn't say it's massive. I would say it's significant, though. Definitely. It's not just a little bit of an increase. I'm always looking at it in a perspective of, if you're a free to play trying to go for a signature light cone, that is a massive gamble, right? Because you need those wishes to get essential 5-star characters that are going to be coming around the corner. But if you're a budget player spender, I still don't see the value. I'm always going to be in opposition to getting pay to win light cones, because for me, I'm looking at it as that is a $100 or $200 investment if you lose the 50-50. $200 for a single item in a video game will never make sense to an adult. It just won't. But obviously, if you're a whale and you can afford the $200 cash, then yeah, it's worth it. This is at R1. Also, it's important to consider that this is R1 signature light cone. And the whole entire purpose of me making this video is so people can see he's not doing 3 times the damage, 4 times, 5 times the damage. Because I get that's the impression that people get when they're like, oh, get a signature, it's so much stronger. Debatable. It's stronger, definitely. But so much stronger for the money you're spending, I would expect 2 to 3 times the damage. But when it's all said and done, it's really only significantly stronger when you're not considering team comps and all the buffs that are coming from the supportive characters. These weapons look good just by themselves, right? The 36% damage bonus, 48% increase in damage bonus to follow-up attack. But once you throw in Jing Yuan's damage bonus, Fox Lady's damage bonus, or Bronya, or Asta, once you throw in all these other buffs, it starts to diminish the value of the base weapon bonuses. And this is something that people fail to consider all the time in these gacha games. They're just like, oh my god, it's so much stronger. But if you think about it, once all buffs are added in the picture, you know what I mean? Anyways, guys, hopefully this brought you guys some value. Hopefully some of y'all aren't tripping out on missing out on a signature light cone after watching this, because you'll see, yes, it's an increase in damage, but it's not too damn significant. Y'all take care. Hope I brought you some value. I'll catch you on the flip side.